Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are jumping straight into an ecosystem that's, well, it's completely reshaping the economic and cultural landscape of India.
It really is.
We're talking about India's booming creator economy. You've probably heard the phrase, content to commerce.
And we hear it for a reason.
So our mission today is to distill how this whole world, which, it started as just a handful of YouTubers and bloggers, has exploded into this massive multi-billion-dollar force.
And it's touching everything.
Everything. We're talking finance, gaming, food, beauty, fitness. It's not just a trend, it's a full-blown economic revolution, and we need to understand it.
Okay, and to do that, we have to set the scale for you immediately because the numbers are just, they're mind-boggling.
Go on.
India has crossed the milestone of over 100 million creators.
100 million.
100 million people. Think about that. This isn't just a side hustle anymore. It's a genuine structural change in how people work and how they buy things.
So what lit the fuse? How did it happen so fast? That feels like a perfect storm of demographics and tech, right?
Exactly. You've got this huge, young, digital-first audience. And then you add two killer ingredients.
Affordable data.
Incredibly affordable data, which drove usage through the roof. And then smartphone access. Widespread everywhere.
Our sources are saying there are over 900 million internet users in India now.
And that combination completely changes the power dynamic. Suddenly, individual creators are way more effective and, frankly, more trusted than traditional top-down advertising ever could be.
Which means attention itself becomes the new currency.
It's the only currency that matters in a saturated market, and creators figured out that the audience wants short, snackable videos.
Reels, not 10-minute explainers.
Right. And the platforms see this, so their algorithms evolve to push that short-form content, which just speeds up the whole cycle.
And this connects directly back to the economics. Influencer marketing isn't just an experiment for brands anymore.
No, it's a core high ROI strategy. It's central to the marketing budget.
For what kinds of businesses?
I mean, everyone. We're seeing huge sectors, FMCG, fashion, electronics, even complex things like fintech and banking shifting huge budgets to creators.
Why? What do they deliver?
Authenticity. Trust. They're not just selling a product, they are the backbone of brand discovery. They're the storytellers.
So let's put some numbers on that. Our sources, like BCG, they give us a pretty clear financial picture.
They do.
Right now, creator influence spending is about 17 to 20% of India's total consumption.
Which, in dollar terms, is already about $20 to $25 billion.
$25 billion, that's today.
And here's the projection. That $25 billion pie is expected to just explode. The projection is over $1,000 billion by 2030.
$1,000 billion. That's not just growth. That's a total restructuring of the consumer economy.
Yeah.
Where is that multiplier effect strongest? Is it all happening in the big cities?
Not at all, and that's the key. The multiplier is strongest in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities.
The smaller towns.
Exactly. Digital access has democratized growth. You have local creators speaking in regional languages, reaching these super specific audiences that a national TV ad could never touch. That's the engine that gets you to $1 trillion.
Okay, so if we look closer at who is really driving this, you might think it's the handful of megastars with millions of followers.
But it's the opposite. The real drivers are the micro and nano creators.
The smaller accounts. Why them?
It's all about relatability. They feel like peers, not distant celebrities. Their recommendation feels like a friend giving you genuine advice, not a paid ad.
But I have to push back a little. If you're a big brand with millions to spend, wouldn't you just go for the celebrity for guaranteed reach? For efficiency.
You'd think so, but it's about the quality of the engagement. A celebrity gets you eyeballs, sure. A micro creator gets you trust within a niche.
And conversions.
And actual sales. A local beauty creator who answers DMs will convert more sales in her community than a huge star promoting the same product. Brands know this. One sale from trust is worth 10 views from fame.
So that authenticity is the real competitive advantage. It feels like a slice of real life, not a script.
Especially when they stick to their known categories. A finance influencer talking about an investment app just has instant credibility.
It's what our sources call prove instead of preach.
Exactly. You show the experience, you show the results. That builds a kind of trust that mass market advertising just can't compete with anymore.
Okay, but this brings us to a bit of a reality check. The monetization gap.
Right. And this is where the massive future opportunity is hiding. As big as this economy is, only about 8 to 10% of creators in India are actually able to monetize their content effectively today.
Wow, only 8 to 10%. Out of 100 million, that means 90 million people are creating but not really getting paid for
It's
it.
a huge gap. In mature markets like the US, that figure is more like 40%.
So why the gap in India? Is it just infrastructure?
It's a mix. Part of it is infrastructure. The platforms are still catching up with things like tipping and easy-to-use storefronts. Part of it is a lack of standardization in pricing.
So smaller creators struggle to negotiate.
Right. But mostly it's about the ecosystem maturing. As audiences get more used to buying directly from creators, that 8% figure is going to shoot up towards the global norm, and that gap represents billions in untapped income.
So let's talk about that top 10%. How are they making a sustainable living right now?
They're smart. They diversify. They don't rely on one thing. There are really 5 main streams.
Okay, what's number one?
First, the classic ad revenue directly from the platform, like YouTube. Second, and this is often the biggest piece, is brand deals and sponsored posts.
Makes sense. And the other three?
Third is subscriptions or memberships for exclusive content. Fourth is affiliate marketing, direct product links.
And the last one?
And finally, the most advanced creators are launching their own IP, their own merchandise, their own digital products like courses.
They're not just advertisers anymore. They're becoming their own retail channels.
They're becoming digital storefronts. They control the entire journey from awareness to purchase, sometimes without you ever leaving their page. That's content to commerce.
But to control that journey, you have to please the real boss.
Ah, yes. The algorithm.
It really is the silent master here, isn't it? Cracking that code is everything.
For creators and for brands.
So our sources point to 4 key drivers for getting that organic reach. Can you walk us through them?
Absolutely. And they apply everywhere, but with a local twist. First, engagement is king. The algorithm cares about comments, shares, saves, not just likes.
So it wants conversation.
It wants conversation, not just passive viewing. Second, relevance wins. The algorithm wants to show content tailored to what it knows you like.
And in India, that means language and region.
Critically important. A post in Marathi about farming will get pushed to a Marathi-speaking user over a generic English post. You have to localize.
Okay, what's number 3?
Third, timing counts. You need to post fresh content consistently, but also when your specific audience is most active.
And 4.
And fourth, videos triumph. Short-form video still rules. But for longer videos, high watch time is the signal. If people stick around, the algorithm pushes it to more people.
And it's not just creators cracking the code. There's serious institutional money pouring in to support all this.
A huge amount. Meta pledged $1 billion for creator programs. They've upskilled over 250,000 creators. This isn't charity.
It's an investment to keep creators on their platforms.
Exactly. And YouTube did the same with its $100 million Shorts Fund. This capital and education is what will help close that monetization gap we talked about.
Okay, so let's look to the future. What are the big forces that are going to reshape this and push it past that $1,000 billion mark?
Our sources point to 4 big ones.
First up is authenticity-driven UGC user-generated content. The idea that this model of real people sharing real experiences becomes the global standard for trust.
Second, the explosive rise of live and social commerce. This makes the whole thing instantaneous. Creators become real-time sellers, hosting live shopping events.
Third, and this could be the biggest game changer for the masses, is AI-powered creation tools.
This is critical. AI becomes every creator's silent coworker. It automates editing, scales production. It basically allows a solo creator in a small town to compete on quality. It democratizes production value.
And fourth, looking a bit further out, is immersive AR and VR experiences.
Transforming content from something you watch into something you do. Virtual try-ons, interactive tours, it just opens up a whole new world for commerce.
When you look at all these forces together, it's more than just the next step in technology.
It is. I mean, we can trace the history of storytelling, from grandparents' tales to comics to web series. But this feels different. It's a fundamental structural shift in how an entire nation gets its information, forms opinions, and spends its money.
Absolutely. Creators are now driving culture and commerce by building trust at scale. They're the new economic intermediaries. It's content to commerce made real.
A great summary. But before we wrap up, I have to add the caution from our sources. While we've been discussing this incredible economy, any financial decisions, especially investments, do come with risks.
A necessary and excellent point. And to leave you with a final thought to chew on. If this $1,000 billion economy really depends on nano creators for authenticity, how much pressure does that put on them to stay real while trying to maximize their profit? And how will that tension change what influence even means in the years to come?
Something to think about.
We hope this deep dive gave you the shortcuts you needed into this accelerating world. We'll catch you next time.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.